Yo, yo, what up, Novemberine? Shit, hold on a second. Why is my video not showing up? God dang it. There we go. There we go. Showing up. God. Hold on, I'm just grabbing my chat. Pop out chat. There we go. How is everybody doing today? There's 3 people watching me. Yeah, winning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I just seen that Tracy was live. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Shalabella. Shalabella. Hey, Gina. Long time no see. Hey, Carol. Yarnfield crew. Who else is here? Bonnie. How you doing, Bonnie? Whew, John Hinged in the house. Ruth. So last night, listen, I'm not going to lie. I have not been following this election too closely until maybe like 2 days ago. And, by closely, I mean, I've just been like kind of, reading up on some things and looking at results and shit like that. Popping onto Facebook. Hey, just me. Hey, Dawn. Lynn. So, I've been popping in and out of Facebook, just kind of trying to, can I come on to clarify my words on your statements about me so people can stop? Yeah, absolutely, John. Hold on a second. Sure thing, John. So, anyway, as I wait for John, we're going to read after John says a little piece. I want to read some of Trump's tweets, not his tweets necessarily, but some of the tweets on his page, because I cannot fucking believe people talk the way they do. Like, and I'm not the biggest fan of Trump. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there. Like, I'm not, I didn't vote this election. So, I don't really have a say as far as that goes, but stop, Snoop. So, but I mean, I'm not a big fan of him. I'm just not. I never really was. I liked him as, Trump on The Apprentice, but I just never felt like he was presidential material. And I didn't agree with some of his things, but, I've always been taught to kind of, respect the president, I guess. And whoever's in office, I wish he'd just polish up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. My life isn't going to be over if he wins or loses or whatever. Doesn't matter. Trump is going to win. Ooh, baby blues. I don't know about that, but either way, I decided the other day to go on his Twitter. Hold on a second. Let me just speak here. Otherwise, he's going to continue to bark at me over time. So I go on his Twitter and I was like, I can't believe the way people talk to this guy on both. Like, I just can't believe people in general, the way people treat each other and talk to each other. And I mean, I think it's kind of, I hate to say this, but I feel like Trump really changed the way we do elections or the way we fight. I don't know. I feel like ever since he's been in the picture, our country's never been so divided. For some reason, and it's not all, but a lot of the Trump supporters that I personally know are very aggressive, very, very aggressive people. John, hold on. I got to send you that. They're just like really aggressive. Like they're very aggressive. I don't know any other way to really explain that, but downright fucking mean. Some of them rude. Yeah, social media is very toxic right now. I stayed off Facebook for the last few months, like literally pretty much all together. I would pop in every now and again and kind of just go down my post or whatever, my timeline or whatever the fuck you call my newsfeed. That's it. Couldn't think of the name. And I'd see people fighting over the election and I'd be like, bye-bye. I'm out of here. I don't like the fighting. I just don't. So I stayed off of it, partially because of the fighting and the toxicity of the situation, but also because, last time we elected a president, my mom was in the hospital dying. So it's kind of bringing back some negative memories for me. And I don't want to, go there. I've been doing pretty good as far as my grief goes. And I really just don't want to go backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, John, I sent you a link. Motley, I'll help him pack. I never was a fan of his. I don't know. There was just his whole campaign last time really turned me off. And to him as a president, and I mean, do I think he did a horrible job? No. But do I think he did the greatest job? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm definitely just not a fan of his. So I don't know. Either way, doesn't matter what I say. I didn't vote. It doesn't even matter. If he wins, my life is not going to change. I'm not going to fucking be dramatic like some of these fucking people that are crying. I'm leaving the country. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, it's 4 years. We're going to be fine. Okay. Everybody gets so extreme. They're waiting for the whole country is going to go into disrepair. No, that's not going to happen. It never does. Calm the fuck down, everybody. The stock market's going to crash. That's not happening. It's not fucking happening. Even if it does crash, it'll get back up. So chill the fuck out. If you're that concerned, pull your fucking money from your 401k and your stock accounts. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We all throughout life have to deal with, ups and downs and presidents we don't like. So just suck it up and deal with it. Whatever way it goes, whoever it is. I mean, we just have to suck it up and deal with it. That's it. We can't sit here crying about it and attacking each other and fighting with each other forever over it. Once it's done, it's done. Although I have a feeling this election is not going to be one that ends very nicely. Hold on, John's up here. Hey, what up, Smokey P? What up, John?
What's up, Smokey P? Okay. I'm out. I'm not gonna hold you because I just felt bad after the comment reading Wendy V, and then I'm just tired of people saying the same thing when it's stupid.
All right, should we read my comment on there so that this makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, let me grab my phone real quick. So I left a comment this morning. Not John. Wendy V posted John and Tracy fighting. So I left a comment there because I do want as many people to see and understand what happened that night. So I decided, hold on a second.
I want to say why she's finding that one of the best things about the first night of the election was that it looked like Trump was going to win. So I had already got in my head that he's going to win. So I'm fine no matter what happens. I'm not streamlining. I'm whatever. I'm at whatever.
It is what it is, right? That's how I'm do I want him to win? Not really, but if he does, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just gonna deal with the consequence.
What you can control in your own life. That's it.
Right. I gotta be honest. The president. I mean, does it affect our lives? Of course, but not our day-to-day lives really too much. And I think it's more important to vote for your local legislation and shit and senators and stuff like that because it's just more important. All right. So Wendy V's comment. So she played the whole part the other day. If you guys missed it, just go to Wendy V's. Somebody could post that in the chat maybe. I said, hold on. I actually left 2 comments. Didn't read. Oh God, Tracy's under there. I didn't even see if she answered. So I said, listen to Diane over there trying to justify racist comments. Wow. I personally don't feel like Diane actually listened to the live at all because had she listened, she would have known, as I proved unequivocally on my channel yesterday, that Tracy not only was the ugliest, but was also the first one to bring the conversation to an ugly place. In fact, it was right off the jump that she went there. Poor Tracy doesn't like age shaming, but she sure has no problem with shaming other women in every other way, shape, and form. I was look shamed, and now I'm being facetious, so I'm not really upset over this shit. Just letting you guys know that. I said I was look shamed, plastic surgery shamed, speech shamed, career shamed, husband shamed, lifestyle shamed, family shamed, clothing shamed, hair shamed, titty shamed, titty shamed, and teeth shamed 5 ways to Sunday. All because I asked her to show us the wedding so we can live vicariously through her. But she's, quote, not down with the age shaming. No, she's just down with shaming people in every other way. Have several seats, Tracy. And then I put a hashtag hypocrite. And I see Tracy answered. She says, like you racist comments telling him to go back to his black folk that the white folks don't want him. Does racism have an expiration date? That's not what I said though, Tracy, but and let's not forget your felony DWE, girlfriend. Oh, Tracy, that's nice. You're allowed to talk about my my felony. What if nobody knew about that? Wow. Tracy, I never forgot about my DWE. That's why I was trying to help you out the other night, you fucking asshole, telling you to get out of your car and not sit in the driver's side with the fucking key in the ignition, because I did get a DWE and I learned from my mistakes. But clearly, Tracy, you don't do that. So is that what you wanted to speak on, John?
Yeah, well, just about the comments you made, because I don't know what people like know about that, but it's just weird to use somebody against somebody else if the person you're trying to make be a victim is saying they're not a victim. I'm not a victim of makeup mobsters saying anything at all racist.
Right.
But if you use just common sense, you went to a video, black dudes that I went against.
Right.
And when you went to that video, you were not by yourself. And you know I'm being nice because we found like 5 days ago screenshots of the other person who was saying stuff too. But but you were literally saying, we don't want that motherfucker over here. Y'all have his ass back. Like there's nothing at all.
The color of your skin. It was a wordplay off of what the guy had said in the video. He had said something like, "Oh, he left his own people and went over there, into the white people community," meaning like the true crime community. So I basically just said,
"Nah, he wasn't that video so like, oh, he wasn't even talking about true crime. He talking about when I had cancer, so I went vegan. So that's how old that video. He wasn't even talking about. He didn't even know that video was made.
Maybe about the vegan community or something. Yeah. I remember saying something about how you had left one community and went to another one, and then I said, and now he's here. Like, take him back, but I was like you said, it wasn't about the color of your skin. I was just saying like, oh, we don't want him over here, but obviously, this is a fucking 2 years ago, man. It was not racist at all. So. Yeah,
but I didn't even care at all because we weren't cool. You supposed to say stuff about me. I was saying shit about you too. Like that's what we weren't cool. But I think the bigger picture that people is missing out on is that you went way above and beyond. Like you sent this really, really long letter that turned out great because I ain't never really one-on-one in private talked to you before.
Right.
And our first time was talking from that statement.
Right.
And it was a very long conversation. You saw like I didn't go off cussing and yell and all this stuff at you, but why would I treat you differently? We not cool. So that let you know if I'm mad at somebody, that's because I know you're not sincere. I told you after you sent that long apology to me, I said, don't go live and apologize because these women who act like they like you, they really like drama. And once Marissa get old, they're gonna come for you too. And I don't want them to have nothing on you. You said, fuck that. You still went live because you felt it was the right thing to do and you apologize again.
Right.
So I don't understand how anybody can try to use that for number one, it wasn't racist. You apologize in private, written, long conversation, and you apologize again in public. When no, you were the only person that did that.
Right. Why wouldn't Tracy, if she was really sorry, why didn't she reach out to you behind the scenes? She has your contact information, right?
Yeah.
You might have spoken, not even that, or just come, if she don't have that, come over to your comment section and say, hey, John, could you email me? I would like to talk to you or something to get in contact. But she didn't do that. And then she went and said that I apologize. No, you didn't, Tracy. You never apologize. You don't apologize to the general public, when you say something like that to somebody. You apologize to the person. Okay.
Yeah, not only that, but I think before you start looking at old stuff, if you care about your word and your reputation, you got to look up everything. What Tracy, if she uses that against you, she not understanding that those guys hated me because I was married to a white person.
Right.
They have tons and tons of videos where they're just saying how white people are the devil and pointing out how they're lesser beings. So, like, do you really want to?
I didn't even know that when I left the comment there. Like, I had no idea. Somebody had sent me a link to it. And like you said, there was another person there that left a comment that was kind of a little, again, off color, you know, off, not, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was a little fucked up. So I don't want to expose that person because they're not here. And I don't want to.
She ain't doing nothing to me. I ain't trying to start no drama with nobody else. Yeah. They like her, but they could turn on her any day and come after her too. So I ain't trying to bring nothing on nobody.
True that. So, you know, it's Tracy, of course, you know, she has to, again, just point the finger and deflect because she doesn't know how to fucking really, truly just own anything and fucking own it, apologize, move on, Tracy. Like, when I wasn't sorry, you know, she's not sorry. That's the thing. She's not sorry about what she said. Because if she was, she would have let everybody know. Because I've been there before. I said some fucked up shit to a girl in our community. And at the time I said it, I wasn't fucking sorry that I said it. Because I felt like I was being antagonized. So I felt like she came at me with something and I went right back at her with something, you know, of equal value, I guess, you know. And so months later, you know, I did end up apologizing to her because, you know, I just want to move on with my life. I just want to move on. I think everybody's at that point right now where it's time to just move on. So I did apologize to her just to, you know, for my own sake, because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm human. I do have a heart and I do feel bad hurting people. I don't like to hurt people. But I don't, you know, as far as Tracy goes, like, again, I don't feel like I have anything to apologize about. I don't know about you, but again, she's the one who fucking started it. So
well, it's the small things that matter. You know, you might not catch on to something because you're angry when you first hear it. Right. But listening to Wendy V clip, I caught something real quick, and she tried to throw it on me. And this is what I'm saying: when you apologize to me, I said bad things about you. You didn't go and say, John, I'm sorry for that, but I didn't like when you did this right here. Like, you just apologize. So if you go listen to Wendy V clip, as soon as she still never said for her specific racist remarks. She has too much pride to say that, right?
Oh yeah, right.
But as soon as she said it, she reverted over to the daughter niece comparison thing about what I said on the post within nanoseconds. So I'm like, yeah, you don't do that if you're really sorry about if you say something even borderline and you care about being racist, then those words will come out of your mouth. But she not only immediately turned to that, she then turned to it and then said that I didn't accept her apology and I kept going with the argument. You keep going if you do bring that up, and it's all for everybody to hear. Right.
I know. Well, I was listening to it this morning and I was like, I never heard it from the beginning. When I came in the chat that night, I came in like at the halfway point. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I want to hear the whole entire thing, like how this all went down. And I heard that part where she was just kind of trying to deflect. And then she did it again later on where she goes, oh, well, I'm not down with the age shaming. Really, Tracy? Okay, so you're not down with age shaming, but you're down with shaming people in every other way. You're down with race shaming. You're down with fucking, you know, shaming other women, their families, their husbands, their life. I mean, their fucking teeth, their hair, their clothes. I mean, come on, Tracy, but you're okay with that. See, that's the thing. I don't walk around. I've said things like, you know, about Wendy saying she's a fat fuck and shit like that, but I own it, dude. Like, I own it. I don't care. To me, saying somebody's fat isn't the worst thing in the world that you could do to them. Is it nice? No, but I own it. Fucking Tracy over there sits on her fucking pedestal up on her fucking soapbox and acts like she's, you know, she's so against all these things. But then when she does them, it's okay. And then when she does them, she points her finger at the other person and goes, oh, well, you do this, you do that. So Tracy, if I jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, I mean, my mom used to say this to me all the time. Are you going to jump with me? Like, just because somebody else does it doesn't make it right. So I'm not right when I do it.
I'm confused about what is Val's comment saying? She tagged me in it. Because I want to answer, but I'm confused on.
Let me see. Where's Val's
The,
comment? Scroll back. I'm just
their
scrolling.
comments like I guess the new thing is selective comments, like people saying like what Laura did that you don't say anything.
Oh,
Did people not see the comment section last night? I was extremely pissed and re- re- rebuting every single thing that Laura said. I think she sounded ignorant as hell and made herself look extremely bad, and none of her facts were right. I was so angry I was about to go live, but I made a promise I'm never doing drama on this channel. I'm taking this channel
right.
to go different ways. But you can
Right.
literally read my comments and see I had a strong issue with what Laura said.
Okay, yeah, because what she's saying is I think she messed up and she meant to write she wants, meaning Tracy, but she wrote at make a mobster wants to save her reputation. She's not talking about me, she's talking about Tracy, saying that she wants to save her reputation by pointing fingers at everyone else. Yes, I said a racist comment to him, but Laura talked about Obama helping blacks in the ghetto. Just stop at John Hinge. I don't think she meant I think she's speaking like sarcastically. Basically.
This how tired I am of it, of all this stuff making mobster. Like, I don't understand why Tracy is mad. Look at it this way. Most people don't care when I bring this stuff up. I don't have a big audience over here. My audience in true crime. So like, it's not like a ton of people coming to her. She said what she said. People don't really care about what she said. The people who like, no person has, I seen in the comments say, yo, I really was rocking with Tracy until this came out. Now I'm leaving. So she's fine. You can just be your same hateful self and not care. In this community, you can say whatever you want to and get away with it. So I don't know why anybody's mad.
I hear you, man. I guess so. I guess you can. I guess it's okay for them to say shit like that. Like I heard, I mean, Laura, I don't agree with that either, what Laura said, but you know, I mean, I personally liked Obama, just saying, but you know, I'm not okay with what she said to you. I just need you to know that. And if other people want to accept that and want to downplay it, that's on them. But I'm never going to be okay with that kind of shit ever. So, you know,
if she goes live, she have her same audience, she have her same thumbs up. She fine. This is the place for her to do stuff like that. I think the bigger issue she may have to worry about is like with what I'm doing with this channel as it's gonna grow and get big. The John Hinge name is tagged in that title on Wendy V video. So when people they know what I make, they're gonna go to Wendy V and then they're gonna want to know who the truth is, and then they're gonna go see, oh, this is just some lady who goes live and just crank up and say negative things. She's like, people forget, like more than just your tiny community see these videos. You're open to the public. Everybody's gonna see this stuff. Regular people are gonna know if I called you out for saying like, oh, steal hubcaps and saying something racist, and merely minutes after that you post your daughter your niece marrying a black guy, that they're knowing what you're going to try to do. There's not going to be these same hateful people that's going to take up for you. So that her bigger issue is videos stay on here forever. So they're going to always be on here. So
yeah, they're going to be on here in some way, shape, or form. So if somebody you delete it, somebody got it. Somebody has it somewhere. So people, hold on. Tracy has no content besides hate and misery. I agree with that. Hey, MM wasn't going to comment.
That's what people are going to see forever. And, you know, she can't delete it because she'll have to delete her whole channel. They're going to see when, who is John Crimes talking about? Who is this lady? And they're going to go and like, oh, and you know, it'd be funny. They're going to look so down upon her. Most people are going to say why waste his time with someone like her?
Yeah, true that.
So she got to worry about outside the community. Inside the community, she's good.
Right. You're going to grow. Nobody's going to ever come to her channel and see any, you know, they're going to see what's going on there. She puts on a good show. I'll give her that, you know, sometimes. But for the majority of the time, there's nothing positive going on over there. There's just nothing fucking positive. It's absolutely. Hold on. I just want to read this comment. Wasn't going to comment because so over all the drama. But the second I seen John attacked, couldn't sit back. He is one of the most honorable, honest people around. And John, I gotta say, like from day one, the first time I said, who the fuck is this John Crimes guy? You know what I'm saying? Like when I first heard about you. And you have stayed consistent doing the same shit since day one. Because when you and I met and we got off on the wrong foot, you were doing the same thing that you're still doing, which was sticking up for, the underdog that you at the time saw that, Marissa was an underdog or was being attacked or bullied or whatever. And you were sticking up for her, and you're still doing that today. It's just that you were sticking up for the wrong person at that time, but it didn't take you very long to figure that out.
Yeah, and I'll try to make this really, really quick.
Oh, Martin Day. Sorry.
When there was they trying to say this like black community, there was just a group of guys that were black that were just crapping on each other, right? And there was one guy who was putting down women for the color of their skin, and I said that that's wrong. I took up for dark-skinned black women because I don't think you should stereotype anybody. When I did this and took up for dark-skinned black women, all the hateful black people, they pretended to like me because it was like, he can speak intelligently in a way that we can't. And they wanted to take up for black women, but they really hated me because I wasn't married to a black woman. I was with a white woman, but they wanted my expertise in debating. When I was no longer useful to them, like people turn, when my words, I was no longer needed. It was time to destroy the guy the first thing that happened was they did a radio show, and the radio show was dissing all gay people. And I got extremely pissed, and I went at them directly. I cussed them all out in a private Facebook group, immediately. And then the next morning when I woke up, that's when the hate against me came. So the first thing was taken up for gay people. So then when I do veganism, you can go clearly see all of this online. They killed this woman, man. I mean, it's a horrible story. She had breast cancer so bad. The video is still on YouTube. She held up her shirt and her breast is not saying, you can go see it. She's crying. They drove her because she was trying to raise money to try an experimental procedure. My heart. When I saw something like this, I went fucking bananas. I couldn't believe somebody was getting beat up and dominate like this. When she died, her entire family came, took up for me. They gave me all the files. They gave me everything to make this super documentary to save her name and her honor. They followed me over. Her family still follows me in true crime. They hated me because I didn't let them destroy a woman. And I took her, I took her from Marissa, not from the things that like she was saying about Sandra Rusek and all that stuff right there. But we were only cool for a month. And I didn't like, it was a trillion people. It wasn't you. It was just, here's a woman. And every day I wake up, it was like 10 videos and people was popping out. Like, this is insane. Like, this is this. And I see someone like you or someone else, you only look at yourself. You're like, well, I only made 3 videos. Or I made 2. I was looking at the whole thing. Like, this is overkill. I've done the same thing everywhere that I've went, and 2 times they're with guys. Like, the biggest people that came to me was a big YouTuber from veganism, and I would say this right here at the end because I want to ramble on. Everywhere I've went, when you look at the people who have zero drama, the big people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers in that community, they love, respect me till this day. You can go in all of them. Even you look in true crime, you look in veganism, anywhere you go. The real people who use the platform correct way will always take up for me. So that got to say something. The only people that come from me is the dark drama people from the fringes of a community.
Yep. You want to know something too? It's really bothering me, John, because I've seen this over and over again, that you're being called a race baiter, and that bothers me because I don't see how you baited Tracy in any way. We listened to it yesterday. I always go back, man, because I'm like, I want to make sure I'm 100% right about the way shit went down. Because sometimes, your brain could kind of fuck things up, and the sequence of events gets out of order, especially on here because there's so many people saying so many things. So I went back and I wanted to watch it again just to make sure that the sequence was right in my head. And sure enough, it was. I mean, she said that hubcaps thing. You didn't say anything that caused her to say that. She came out and said that. There was no reason for it. Then she said the thing with the teeth. Okay, so you said she looked like a beige raisin. That's not race baiting. That wasn't baiting her to say something racist back in return to you. Calling somebody beige isn't fucking racist. Sorry, it's just not. And it's my stance on the whole racism thing is that it's just different. Okay, black people and white people racism for Black people is a totally different thing than it is for us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you guys there's a history there. There's a long history and a very dark history that happened in this country. And so you have to take that into account when things are said to Black people where we don't have that history. So that's not attached to us. You know what I'm saying? Well, we have the history. We're part of the history, but we're in a negative way. You know, we don't have the history of being the victims of racism. So it is different. I'm sorry, but it is.
Three things. How are you truly sorry if you say that the only reason you did is because I race baited you? Number one. Number two, we weren't talking about anything dealing with race when she said it. And number three, if I had a small nose, I would look like a Black Steve Buscemi. The joke is that I look like Steve Buscemi. The joke is not that I'm Black. I'm saying because I'm Black, I would have to be, a Black version of him. This is common sense, and this is the problem they have in this community. You can say dumb stuff for people here to take up for you, but people outside the community is going to see this. No one's going to say that that's racist. That's not racist at all. So
I just pinned up a comment for my friend Elove, who I actually met on Instagram, and I think one of the people who's really opened up my eyes a lot to like modern day racism, because I'm friends with her. She's a Black woman, beautiful one. And she posts a lot of stuff online, and it opens my eyes up to see how prevalent it is in like today's society, because it is. Some people deny it. Some people say it doesn't exist anymore, and it does. It absolutely does. And I don't get to see that in my day-to-day life, but being friends with people on the internet who are seeing it and who do live it, it's eye-opening. Like, she's helped me see a lot. And it's changed the way I feel big time about it. It just makes me more angry.
So look at the position that I have to sit in, right? Mm-hmm. Tracy them try to paint me to be the people that hate me. The ultra pro-Black person, to the real people who think like Tracy them want me to be. They hate me because I say that you can love anybody that you want to. That was my debate against them. You can love, you don't matter what color a person is, right? I'm for the inclusion of all, and they say that my kids are mutts. They say the most horrific things about me. They're not salt Black and all this stuff. But so that's what the real people who are like racist Black say. But then I can come over to another place, and then they try to paint me to be this super ultra pro-Black person that cares. Every time he opens his mouth, he cares about race. I'm not the one bringing up race. I didn't bring up anything when Brian attacked Molly on my panel. I wanted no one to feel. Even to this day, I pride myself on my live panel. You will never get attacked. So I told him to stop. What did he do? Told me to go drink my purple Kool-Aid, call me a boy, and start saying the most racist stuff ever. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't bait him to do that. I didn't bring up race. If any time it came up, it's just people wanting to say, I want to say these snide, close racist remark without boldly saying the N-word so I can get away with it to piss John off. And if John complains about it, then we'll say that he's race baiting. That's not going to make me look bad in the long run.
Right.
Now, if I was wrong, if I was really dirty, I wouldn't make jokes and pick on their physical features back. If I was really dirty, I would cut them all up, be very mature, go on my John Crimes page and make a documentary about the depths of the dangers of racism on YouTube.
Right.
And that will bring so many more people over that would come mess with their channel.
You still have that song up that you wrote? That shit was good.
Oh, yeah, the watermelon emoji song. Yeah, it's still on my channel.
Yeah. We need a link to that. We got to put that in there. That shit was good. John, what was I going to say? Well, it goes to show their level of intelligence. I feel like when somebody goes to that level, well, Tracy did that the whole night the other night. She goes after the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, well, John's a Black man, so let me say something about Black people, and that's going to get him upset. Because that's the obvious, dude. We could just look at you. Okay, that's the obvious. Just like me. Oh, Mika Mobster's teeth are fucked up, so that's the obvious. So we're gonna go after that. And it's like, Tracy, come on, man, use your imagination a little bit. Like, the way you were fighting, at least you were funny and shit about it, and intelligent about it, and saying things that were, not just her fucking physical appearance and shit, but like you were also talking about what she does on here and how she's a hypocrite and shit like that. All she could do is just go after the fucking obvious, which just goes to show me that she's not the smartest fucking person in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because that's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to upset somebody in that way. She's just a fucking asshole. I don't even know. I can't waste any more fucking time on her stupid ass.
Now, Laura, if you talk to and I don't even say white woman, but any woman, but I want to preface like a woman who's not black, just so it could be a different race. They will be the first, if they only sleep and have sex with black men, they'll be the first to tell you that not all black men are big. They'll be the first one to tell you that. So,
right.
I ain't gonna go in detail on that. But when you say that I don't like you because of Obama, majority of the people that I'm close with in real life are Republicans. So it's not like I surround myself and I'm just some left. I'm not even left or Democrat, but
Either.
yeah. So it wasn't that you said something about Obama. I don't care. You say somebody fucking president. He ain't my friend. It was just the fact that you said I don't like him because all he did, like you diminish his entire presidency for 8 years and say that all he did was help poor black people in the ghettos. And then when you said that, you then went on to state programs that's designed for people of low income. And since there's a majority within the black community who are poverty, those programs are going to help the black community. But if you look at numbers, the specific people in that level of poverty, the majority of those people are white. There are far more white people on welfare, food stamps, and you keep saying like this urban area thing. For the trailer parks and everything that's right around where the poor white people stay, they all benefit from this. Those people went to the same programs and got what you were looking for. You went late. You saw an exciting program and you didn't rush on it thinking that everybody was going to jump on this. And when you was going live, all I was doing is I had another window open showing all the other programs Obama made. All you need to do to stop your argument, Laura, is to show one single program Obama made that other people benefited from.
Yeah, right.
So that was the issue. I don't care if you hate Obama. You say you hate Obama till you blue in the fucking face. A lot of people I know don't like Obama. I mean, to go quiet on the fucking drone strikes and not even have a defense against that and what he did to innocent people. I don't fucking like that shit. But I don't like how you worded that and put it and diminish that. That's the only thing that happened because there's a lot of black people feel that they don't like Obama because he didn't do enough for them. And even if you were right, even if you were and he did specific programs, it makes a black person feel like, yo, dude, so we get presidents that don't do nothing. And then we get a president that do got some programs that specifically can help black people. White people gonna complain about that too. She mad about that too. We can't win. We can't have shit.
Right. Listen, no matter who's president, the middle class always suffers. It's just a fact. Like we're the tax cuts for the fucking rich people when a Republican's in fucking office, it doesn't matter. We always suffer, the middle class. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with what she said, but,
to move it away from black people, just so, because it ain't got to be black. Well, what I learned the last 2 days, and I feel terrible that I didn't know this, they kept showing commercials when I'm trying to keep up with the polls. I didn't know COVID has hit the Native American community so bad. And then when I saw it, I'm like, it makes sense that they're confined to small areas because it's going to spread fast. I'm like, this is fucking horrible. And I'm like, yo, whoever wins, I want something specific for Native American. I don't want people to be suffering to be wiped out and dying from this higher numbers. This is insane. Right. So there should be specific things for a specific group of people. And I hope that gets done. I feel horrible that I had no idea that this was going on.
Right. I didn't know that. I had no idea. But I guess what you're saying is like in their reservations and stuff. Like,
yeah, COVID is like,
wow.
They're having a major issue with COVID.
However, every bill, hold on, I just want to read what my girl's saying here. However, every bill he proposed to help black and brown people was shot down by the Republican Senate. Yeah, right. And that happens too.
Hey, Lynn, I know you're saying that because you out of hate or some shit, but you're still partially right because I ain't want to be on here that long. But y'all, I'm gonna be listening to the stream as I record this video for work. Y'all have fun.
All right, John.
All right, man.
You good people. I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later.
Enjoy. All right. I don't want to make this a whole, talk about that. But John, thank you, John, for coming up and clearing that shit up, because it bothers it bothers me. You know, when the whole story isn't told, no matter what it is, the whole story needs to be told. So, I mean, it's fucking bullshit. It's happened to me too many times. Caroline Coley, perplexed to read your email from me. All right, so that was that. I'm glad he came up here, like I said, because fucked up shit, Tracy said. I'm not going to be able to get over that shit. Especially, she just made it worse and worse every time she opened her mouth from that point on. So to believe that she's sorry at this point in time, she's not sorry that she said it. She's sorry that people are looking down on her for saying it now, which she's made more than clear by her actions. You know, actions speak louder than words. That's all I could say. What happened? Didn't even know about that. What do you mean, Smokey? You talking about what Tracy said? Or are you talking about kids and if is the most I value time over anything? Exactly, Jonice. Exactly. I wish I got notifications once in a while. Pugs, try to unsub and then resub. Yeah, Smokey, if you go on Laura's channel, or you could even go to my live from yesterday. About halfway through, I started playing it because I wanted to, just reiterate the fact that Tracy was the one who attacked first, but Tracy had said some pretty fucking racist shit to John. I mean, stereotyping. She told him, "Oh, John, all I see when you smile is your teeth." Like, come on, man. That's a fucking Then she says, "Oh, John, did you steal any hubcaps tonight?" I mean, just the most ignorant fucking shit. Like, not knowing that John's an educated Black man who served our country, like in the military. Stealing hubcaps is the last thing that John was doing. That's not his character. So right there, she's judging on the color of his skin that he's a thief. Like, come on, Tracy. Come on. And then in the days after that, she didn't apologize. She continued to try to point the finger at other people, which is really funny because she tried to point the finger at me and then at Laura for being, quote unquote racist. But there's some people around here who have said way worse things and have done far worse shit to show that they have racist tendencies. She didn't say anything about those people. So doesn't suit her agenda. Yeah, Elove, it wasn't on my channel. But I played it yesterday, and she came out with that shit out of fucking left field. The hubcap thing, it's just fucking all disgusting. And then she sat there and tried to point the finger at other people. And it's just like, wow, Tracy, you're not doing yourself any favors. Right. Called them Urkel and Bill Cosby. Yep. Yeah, that was the other thing. You look like Urkel, John. I'm sorry, but Urkel is pretty damn cute if you ask me. So fucking, what's his name? What's his real name? Holy shit, I just had a blank. Holy shit, Yalil. What is it, Yalil? Am I making shit up? The fuck? That's what racists do. Well, he wasn't race baiting though. That's the thing, Laura. Like, to say that John was race baiting when she literally said that fucking shit out of nowhere with the hubcap bullshit, that was fucking, how did he bait that in any way, shape, or form? What, just by being Black and having an argument with somebody? That's not race baiting, dude. And if you think that, maybe you're the fucking racist. Not you, Laura. I'm saying the person. Jaleel White. That's it. What did I say? Jaleel? I don't know what the fuck I said. Jaleel White. I think he's cute. That's fucking racist in and of itself to think that, just because he's arguing with somebody and he's a Black man. I mean, because that's the only race baiting he did, right? That's all he did. It's disgusting to even think that. So fucking disgusting. Oh, you live and learn. If you go in the chats, go read Diane's chat from the night. What was it? Tuesday night? Go read Diane's chat and you'll see. people are saying that shit. And I was arguing with people in the chat that night because I was disgusted. I really was. I just can't believe that we are living this day and age in fucking 2020 and people still fucking act like this. It's pretty gross. Pretty fucking gross. She knew exactly what she meant. Hard to believe. She said that off the top of her head. Exactly, Susan. That wouldn't even fucking be in my head. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm arguing with somebody, I'm not looking at the color of their fucking skin. I'm looking at the person as a whole, as who they are as a person, not at the color of their skin. So something like that would never fucking come out of my mouth like that. Fucking gross. Part of that will be knowing who you are and not needing the approval of others. That's right, Val. Smokey P. I've always thought Smokey P was good people, man. I see a guy with a big heart, and that's pretty much all I've ever seen when it comes to him. So I've never seen him say hateful, hurtful, anything to anybody. So he's good people. Good people. All right, so I want to look at Trump's tweets. Not because, I cannot fucking believe the way people talk. I think to myself, if this happened, I don't know, 50 years ago even, nobody would talk like this to the president on the president's fucking page. Well, there wouldn't be a Twitter page, but you know what I'm saying? People could have opinions and could, I don't know, disagree respectfully. I mean, and I'm saying Trump himself, I mean, I personally feel like they need to take his fucking Twitter away because he writes some crazy shit. Another thing that's really funny is that he got basically, hold on, you know what? Let me open Twitter on here so you guys can see it. He got censored. I didn't know this. I never looked at his Twitter before because, again, don't care too much for him. So I never looked at his Twitter. And I go on his Twitter and he got censored by Twitter. This is fucking hilarious. It says, some or all of the content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about an election or other civic process. His fucking tweet, the president, his tweet got censored. I think that's so funny. Hold on. President. Actually, I should write Donald J. Trump. Either way, I don't know if she's in here right at the moment, Soldier Photos, but she directed me to a pretty interesting documentary on Netflix about Trump that I started watching yesterday. So the name of it, I'll give you guys, check it out. It's just interesting either way if you're a fan of his or not. It is called Trump: An American Dream. And it just talks about, I mean, I believe it's like 4 or 5 episodes. And it kind of tells you how he got his start, how he got into, the business that he's into, which is real estate or development or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, all right, let's go down and read his tweets. Hold on, I just got to pull this out. I don't tweet very often. The only reason I actually checked out his Twitter was because somebody had said something to me yesterday about something that he had written on Twitter. And then I went and checked out his tweets and I just could not believe some of the shit that's on there. It's fucking hilarious. All right. So let's go down. Let me share the screen here. And then next, like, your onerous is sad, but the woman begins with, dude, John, can you text me that? Because I'll forget to click on it. I don't have my chat window open. That honking me off so crude. What are you talking about? Yes, the documentary is interesting. It's called Trump. Like, for instance, two of the things I learned, I had no idea that Make America Great Again was not his slogan originally. It came from actually Ronald Reagan. So that was interesting because I'm like, wow, that was his whole entire campaign slogan was plagiarized, basically. Like, that's interesting. But the other thing was that he had this attorney that was basically bullying people. And, he used this attorney to threaten people. And the guy was connected with all sorts of mafia, all the big mafia, whatever, people at the time. So I thought that was pretty interesting too, because I didn't know that. I mean, he wouldn't be the first president to have ties to the mafia, but it's pretty interesting. All right, so let's go down here. It's just really interesting. Where's his tweets? How come there's nothing here? What's going on, Twitter? Twitter, why you doing me like this? What the fuck are his tweets? Hold on a second. Go to tweets and replies. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck is that? Why is this not showing on here? Hold on a second. Ugh. Let me close this out for a second. Fucking A. Trump gets his way in a very dirty manner. Let me just read off my phone because I can't. That is a fake page. Hold on a second. Let me try opening it again. No, Laura, that's his page, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. I don't know. I think that the Donald J. Trump Twitter. All right. Another thing that's been really bothering me this election is people do not know the difference between liberals, which is an ideology, not a fucking political party. Like, they don't know the difference between liberals and Democrat and extreme leftists. Like, I just, it blows my mind. I see these fucking things going up on Facebook and all this shit, and I'm like, you're not describing liberals. Like, you know, and just because somebody is a liberal, it doesn't mean that they agree with every single thing that a liberal agrees with. Like, I don't know. And it's weird because I only see the conservative Republican people saying this shit. So it's crazy. All right, hold on. Is this it? Okay, here we go. All right, finally found this fucking Twitter page. I guess that wasn't his real page, Laura. That's weird. Give me a second here. All right. Where's my Twitter account? Hold on, I gotta try to sign in over here. I don't even know what my own Twitter account is. I don't know if I've ever even signed into it. Ow, I hurt my ankle. Hold on, I'm just trying to sign into my Twitter account so I can see this. Shit, what's my password? Who the fuck knows? I haven't signed into Twitter. I don't use Twitter. It was never my thing. I don't know. I just never got into it for some reason. Oh, maybe it's... Wait, hold on. Let me try my Makeup Mobster email. Hold on, guys. I can't see you, so just give me a second here. Is this it? Nope. Let's see if this is it. There we go. All right. We're in. All right. Now let's go to Donald. I don't know. I just never got to Twitter because I'm pretty long-winded. And I don't know. Twitter was so limited, so I never got into it. All right. Let me screen share this with you guys. All right. It's just really funny. I don't know. I thought it was funny. You guys might not think it's as funny as I do, but all right. There we go. So let's go down. 45th President of the United States. Stop the fraud. I mean, all you really have to do is just go on the comments and read up. How come I can't see the rest of them? I never went on Twitter on my laptop, so I really don't know how the fuck we click on these things. No, I don't want... Sorry, guys. I'm a little Twitter handicapped here. It's definitely not something I use. Stop the fraud. Oh, he wrote this 10 minutes ago, and there's already fucking 29,000 comments on it. Holy shit. How do I get to the replies here? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Like I said. Okay. Nobody knows what that says. What the fuck? Let's see, Charlie. I am done with this country. I shall be leaving the USA shortly with my wife in disgust at this situation. Mexico is a much more welcome place. I'd rather be in a staple country like theirs as opposed to one run by Biden. My kids are scared of him. Dude, seriously? Like, this is the ignorant shit that I'm talking about that you will find on his Twitter page. Mexico is a more fucking stable country. Really? You really want to go live in Mexico where you can't even drink the fucking water? Okay, guy. Well, you do that. My kids. How would his kids know to be scared of Joe Biden? Honestly, how would his kids know? And are his kids ever going to have Joe Biden in their personal lives? No. I mean, your kids, the only way your kids are going to be scared of Joe Biden is if you scare them. So, oh God. So Alex Bo Balak says, you're not an airplane, no need to announce your departure. Oh, fuck. All right. I mean, we could read all these, what are they called? Subtweets? What the fuck is that? I love seeing Trump lose. It's my daily medicine, my weekly energy, my monthly inspiration, and my yearly motivation. His loss is the only reason I'm still alive. I was born to love and enjoy the failure that he has achieved. Like, really? Okay. And mind you, I saw this same exact comment on other tweets of his. So this person just keeps, Jesus. I love seeing Trump and his supporters cry. It's my daily medicine. All right, they're just basically copying that. Donald, sir, look at this shit. You're going to win for sure. This is who's voting for this guy. Somebody who fucking spells your Y-O-R-E. Holy shit. You're going to win for sure. I'm so optimistic. They could spell optimistic, but they can't spell your. I'm so optimistic about the next 4 years. Now, mind you guys, this person has the right to vote. They do. They have a say. And that fucks me up a little. I'm sorry, but it does. Okay. 4 years that I just bought a brand new sports boat. I can't wait to take it out on the ocean. MAGAs really love their seamen. We're right there. Anyway, we did by just electing Joe Biden. Only dictators think counting all votes is a fraud. Okay. We count all the votes. That's America, no matter the outcome. Count every vote. Let's see. Action. Stop the lying. I can't believe people are saying this to the president. That's what we are doing by voting you out. The fate of the U.S. postal ballots. I'm sure Nicaragua and Senegal could do a better job at compromising the people's trust in the electoral system. RIP USA. So I have no idea what the fuck that means. Hold on. I mean, like, people are posting memes to the president. I don't know why. I just find this so weird. Like, does he look at this shit? That's what I want to know. No such thing as stopping counting of votes. Every American gets their vote. I do believe the exterminator is on his way. I am loving how much you are pissing people off. Okay, there, sociopath. That's fucking weird. All right. Look at this person. We speak English in America. That's nice. I don't know what all these people are posting, but haha, I don't speak your language, but this picture says it all. Rigged, rigged, rigged. I absolutely don't want to live in this nation where our great President Trump is getting robbed. This is absolutely the final straw. My kids are in danger, and I won't live in this nation another day. I'm packing to Mexico because this shit is rigged. First of all, isn't the Mexican border closed? Because I couldn't go on my fucking Mexico vacation. So how are people fucking leaving? I mean, are you really going to up and move to Mexico? Oh, God, I can't. This is too much. It's not rigged. People just voted for someone else and he lost. Simple as that. P.S. I don't think they want any Trumpies on Mexico after the wall. So, oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, that's kind of ironic that all these people are saying, "Hey, I'm gonna move to Mexico." The same people that wanted to fucking build a wall, they supported a man building a fucking wall to keep the Mexicans out of our country, are now saying, "Well, if Biden's president, I'm gonna go to Mexico," and illegally, basically. You can't with some of these people. Show some respect, please. At least there's freedom of speech. but didn't abuse it. After that, someone's loved one you are ridiculously mocking in the name of social media. What the fuck does that even mean? Okay. The person's name is I'm Black and Proud, but they have a picture of a white woman. All right. What the fuck is this? Jesus. Okay. This is all on the president's page, mind you. I mean, I don't know. Like, look at this shit. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh my God, that's disturbing. That is fucking disturbing. I don't know what's going on with this person. Why is there so much of this? What the fuck? On today's episode of There's Always a Tweet, we don't want to have a recount in any of the battleground states. Obama will steal it. Make sure all your friends and family vote. 2012. Okay. Somebody using one of his old tweets against him. Votes fraud. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this shit. Dude, you put this on the president's page? Like, what is wrong with these people? This is fucking weird, man. I don't know. All right, I gotta go to another tweet. What the hell is that thing? Look at this guy's thing. What the fuck? This is sick. This is only showing me how mentally disturbed Americans are. Okay. All of the recent Biden claimed states will be legally challenged by us for voter fraud and state election fraud. Plenty of proof. Just check out the media. We will win. America first. I mean, dude, election is an election. I don't understand how this guy is claiming fraud, but I saw it today. Okay, there was a post that this woman made, and somebody shared it on Facebook, and it was basically showing the entire map of New York State, and they were saying, that they wanted a recount, and they're like, how could this be? The whole entire state is pretty much red, right? And then the city is blue. And how did Trump win? I mean, how did Biden win? Well, first of all, the votes were so close. Okay, the votes. Let me look again just to let you guys know, because this is so simplistic to look at. Okay. So hold on a second. In New York State, Joe Biden got 55.7% of the votes, and Trump got 43. Okay. And the whole entire state is red, except for the New York City area, which includes the Bronx, or I don't know if the Bronx was in there, so I'm not going to speak on that, but Queens, Brooklyn, probably Staten Island. Okay. And they're like, we need a recount. The whole entire state is red. And I'm like, dude, all you need to do is a simple search. Okay. Which I did. I did a simple Google search, get the fucking census results, right? And here you go. With the census results. Hold on a second. Let me just explain this to you guys. Okay, as of 2019, the population of New York State is 19,453,561 with 13,418,688 people living in the New York City metropolitan area, leaving 6 million for the entire rest of the state. Okay, so I looked that up, and it comes out to the city's population for the whole entire population of the city of New York State. The city accounts for 68.978%. So basically 69%. So if the city votes in the majority for the Democratic nominee, then yes, that takes over for the whole entire state and makes us a blue state, even though the map shows the whole rest of the state is fucking red. Not the whole rest, but most of it. The majority, if you look on a map and you see it's lit up red, okay, most of Long Island's red, right? Two of the counties, Brooklyn and Queens, were blue. And then upstate, I would say the majority of the counties were red. And then there was a few blue ones. But the city accounts for 68% of the population. And so if they vote Democrat, hello, We're a blue state. So if you want your vote to count, move to a swing state because it ain't going to count here. That's all these people need to do is a simple search. That's all they need to do. This person's seriously sitting there questioning, like, how could it be? Look up past elections. You'll see the same results. It's it's just the way the city goes. They wrote, so do you mean to tell me because of New York City, there were more votes for Biden than Trump? Also, look at these photos and the numbers where Biden, quote, won. Something just doesn't add up. Almost the whole state is red. The majority is Republicans across the board for the Senate. So, hello, that's all you have to do is look up the population. It's called population density. And the city accounts for almost 69% of the entire population of the state. And it's like, hello. That's why I stayed off Facebook. I just, the lack of critical thinking. All right. So let's see what where's the comments here? Oh shit. We try to prevent a tweet like this as always breaks the Twitter rules. Holy shit, dude, you can't even reply to his fucking tweets. This is too much. Big legal win in Pennsylvania. Is that true? Alexa, who won the presidential race in Pennsylvania? Bitch, I'm not done with my question.
In the U.S. presidential election, Joe Biden is leading with 264 electoral votes and 50.4% of the popular vote, while Donald Trump has 214 electoral votes and 48% of the vote. 92% of precincts are reporting. With 4 races left to be called in the Senate and 37 races left to be called in the House, Democrats have secured 48 seats in the Senate and 208 seats in the House, while Republicans have secured 48 seats in the Senate and 190 seats in the House. The 2020 Senate special
lady, I didn't ask for all this.
Resulted in a runoff election that will take place next January between candidates Kelly Loeffler and
All right, Alexa, shut up. Okay, so there you guys have it. She didn't ask. Thank you, Smokey P. Thank you. All right, so how embarrassing that the president of the USA is behaving like a failed dictator who lost an election but is trying to steal it back by whatever means he can. These are, again, his tweets. Mr. President, it couldn't be more obvious that they're stealing this election from you. You were on your way to a clear victory Tuesday night, and the shenanigans taking place since then make it clear what they're doing. Don't let them steal this from you or from us. Here we go. Here's another person going to Mexico. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I prefer a president who doesn't try to suppress the votes of the American people. Never had a president try so hard in so many ways to prevent Americans from voting. Only a loser would use such desperate tactics. At the real Donald Trump is a loser. This motherfucker is telling the president he's a loser. Like, I don't know if I would do this. I can't see myself doing this. It's crazy. It's really pathetic that the only way the real Donald Trump can try to win is to cheat. America is sick of his lies and cheating. He's fried. Oh, Jesus. Biden doesn't even need Pennsylvania to win the election, but he's going to win it anyway. Ultimate desperation. Count the vote. Stop the count. Dude, that is crazy. All right, so I see people. Now, this is one of the things that I saw, okay? People are like, oh, the mail-in votes. They shouldn't be counted. That's taking away people's right to vote, okay? Somebody wrote this yesterday, and this was one of the tweets that I read under here, and they were saying, oh, if you can't get to the voting polls, ask somebody to drive you. Like, dude, okay, what about our soldiers overseas? How are they going to get? Oh, yeah, let me get a ride. Can I hitch a ride on a boat? How are they going to get to vote? Because all of our military that's overseas votes by mail-in ballots. So are you saying that their votes should not be counted? I mean, are these people kidding me? I don't understand. It's crazy. Get a ride. Yeah, let me get a ride so I could go vote in person. There is no proof of fraud. Still counting in Pennsylvania. I can't listen to you. Okay, Toodles, so leave. You don't have to listen to me. That's the beauty of this situation. You don't have to listen to me. You can't, but yet here you are listening. You must be a Trump supporter. No, just kidding. Yes, the media hates Trump. Well, I mean, in all fairness, Baby Blues, he completely attacked the media in the last election and said fake news and all that other bullshit. So, I mean, in all fairness, I wouldn't expect the media to be too fond of him because he has done really nothing but shit on the the media. So, just saying. All right. Which, listen, I'm not a big fan of the media either. I'm just trying to be fair here. I don't care. I just want to make that clear. I don't care either way how this election really turns out. At the end of the day, because it's out of my control, I'm not going to sit here crying about it. It is what it is. We're going to have to deal with whatever it is that comes our way, just like we've had to in every other fucking election since the beginning of elections. So, Toodles. They do hate Trump. Okay. Girl with a diamond ring. My husband and I are both lawyers. Okay. What do you mean? So, all right. So let's go on here. I mean, if we start this thing of recounting votes in every election, you have to. We kind of had no choice this election, right? Some people, if you're immune compromised, are you going to go stand in a voting poll right now, just to vote and put your health at risk with COVID? There's people that are taking it seriously. We can't tell those people who are immune compromised or have other types of health issues that they can't vote. That's not fair. Like my mom voted from the hospital in the last election. I had to go get her absentee ballot and I had her fill it out, and then I brought it down with me when I voted. It's the only reason I did vote in the last election because she wanted to vote because I wasn't going to vote last election either because I didn't care for either candidate. So, I don't know. It's just like how could we tell people not to vote from other places? It's insane. We have that right. I mean, it's written into the law. That'll, since you're going through a period of financial hardship, I'm offering to cover all your moving costs. I'm here to help. Don't hesitate. Jesus Christ. Okay. Twitter is censoring everything the president is saying. This is all-out war for the soul of our nation. This fight has reached a new phase where our path to victory will be won in the courts. Please donate now to the president's legal defense. What? Girl, do you know this guy's a billionaire? Are you kidding me? We need to donate. Get the fuck out of here. Donate. I'm donating this shit. Okay. How about he donates some money to us? Well, he didn't take a salary, so I'll give him that. Breaking news. Trump is taking the National Weather Service to court to stop the rain from happening. More to come. I wonder if he reads this shit and how he feels about Twitter censoring him. It's just so weird. What is with this dude? Does this person have nothing better to do? I don't even understand that. Recount. Our beloved Trump is the answer. Biden has tricked y'all. I'm booking my flights to Peru or Mexico later. Again, another person who wants to hop the border after supporting a man who wanted to build a wall. I'm angry. The future of my kids is in jeopardy. They've been without food for hours. I'm disappointment. Oh my God, this is scary. Biden is a recipe for disaster. No, these kids. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's read the replies to that one. That should be entertaining. Fuck, I don't want to read. I can't. I got to click on this. Let's see what people say to them. Oh, shit, that's my page. How'd I get on my page? All right. Sorry, I hate Twitter. This person with this fucking whatever. I love seeing Trump lose. Oh my God, we saw that already. Reporting all these copy pasta spam. Copy pasta? What's that? That sounds delicious. I love seeing Trump lose. Oh my God, the same people. Trump supporter or satir. How do you say that word? Satirical genius? The world may never know. I've been here for 10 minutes just trying to answer this question. Later, safe flight. Funny, you choose 2 countries that Trump hates and has completely alienated, but please leave. Oh my God. Oh, geez. Yo, let's recount then. You're still, they didn't spell your right. You're still going to be super disappointed in the end. Isn't it better now to just get it over with? You're fired. I don't think Latin America will want you. Oh, I seen this yesterday. This is too funny. I want to speak to the polls manager. Oh, I can't. You know that you're responsible for making sure your kids are fed, right? Wait, do they like tacos? Is that why you're going to Mexico? Why not Peru and Mexico? Go for dual citizenship. Good riddance. I feel very sorry for South America. Bullshit. Yeah, none of these people are actually going to leave because, listen, the grass always looks greener on the other side. But reality is, no matter who is president here, it's still better than living in a fucking poor country. You know what I'm saying? So I'll stay here no matter what. I mean, it's so childish. I was just gonna say, what about your mom? What's that, Val? You know what I'm saying? Still better than living in poverty, in a poverty-stricken place where there's no fucking. I just can't even make sense of it. At least say you're going to Canada. Like, why the fuck are these people saying they're going to Mexico? I can't even make sense of that. I'm going to Mexico. All right, so here we go. Back to his original tweet. I want to speak to the polls manager. There's a bunch of these ones. Jesus. Trumpy McCesspool, you're embarrassing yourself again. The election malfeasance is staggering. Just another coup by them. This one will addressed in a different manner. President Trump is the boss, and most of these people are illiterate. I love seeing Trump lose. Oh my God, this is the same thing. What the fuck? Recount. Stop counting. Okay. Wow. Lesson 1, every vote counts. Maybe before you try to win an election, you should understand how elections work. Elections for dummies. Lesson 1, every vote counts. Lesson 2, every vote counts. Lesson 3, every vote counts. Listen, even if he's thinking of, I don't know, having lawyers get involved, and why do you have to put it on Twitter? You know, I don't think it matters at this point. Biden is too far ahead in the votes. Just concede already. All this pandering and temper tantrums only makes you look bad. Be a man, a real man, and just bow out. More will actually respect you for that. Well, I don't think he has to bow out. I mean, fair is fair. You know, let all the votes be counted. That's what I'm saying, though. Let the votes be counted first, and then fucking, take it from there. You don't start saying you're going to fight things before all the votes are even counted. I mean, that just makes you look like a sore loser. If you lose, it will be reassuring to know that America has found its conscience. If you win, I will have a 4-year break. There will be nothing that will interest me in America. Either way, it is a win-win for me. Your clan will be off my radar. Okay. Imagine not having to see or hear these assholes every fucking day. Oh, the whole family. Okay. Ooh, his sons are. This one, he looks like Dracula or some shit. I have to say, his daughter's gorgeous. What's her name again? I don't even fucking remember her name. Ivana? No, Ivanka. She's beautiful. House of Lies. Trump has lost it, and he knows he has lost. His only chance is intentionally create a national or constitutional crisis. Hold the course. Don't let him destroy our elections process. Okay. How Hitler seized power in Nazi Germany. Create a crisis, demonize opponents, declare a state of emergency, undermine elections, make the rule of law irrelevant, rule by executive order. Number 4 is trending. Mr. President, I just want you to know that my father passed away in June and he still received 3 mail ballots. Okay. Dear President Trump, my name is, something Cheng, something that starts with an X. Zhao Nang Cheng. Is that right? Anybody speak Chinese in here? You're a supporter and voter in New Jersey. I just want to let you know that this year in Michigan State, registered voters, 8 million, whatever, have exceeded legal voting population about 7 million. U.S. voting age. How do you know this, Zhao Nang? How do you know that? Rampant voter fraud by Democrats exposed. Here's your answer, folks. Percentages of voter turnout are more than the number of registered voters. Would the Secretary of State in these contested battleground states explain how did this happen? Interesting. I don't know where this is from. Okay. So I don't know if this is a valid source. I don't know. See, that's another problem that happens on the internet. People will look at this and just run with it. They'll believe it. But we have no idea whether these numbers are even true or not. I mean, I have no idea. It just happened. Accidentally. I love seeing Trump lose. Oh my God, how many people are going to write this? Joe Biden, count every vote. You lost. You were one of the worst presidents. In the end, at least have the dignity to step down peacefully. Respect the choice of the American people. Okay. David Leavitt. Big election win in Pennsylvania for Joe Biden 1 hour ago. Did they come to anything with Pennsylvania? What was that noise I just heard? Just Biden kisses his teen granddaughter on the lips. On the lip? What? That's not even true. My grandma passed away 22 years ago and a ballot still came for her. Really? That's interesting. Thank God someone has some smarts around here. Hope everything's been well besides all this hunting of fam. Oh, that's the social photos. He wants recounts in the states he's losing and demands them to stop counting in the states he is winning. That is just ridiculously transparent. I don't understand how supporters can justify. Yeah, I agree with that. There's been a lot of mail voter fraud. People are getting more than one ballot. People who have died are getting ballots, etc. I don't know. Don't you have to request a ballot? I'm just curious, like, because when my mom was in the hospital, I had to go get the ballot. Like I physically got in the car, drove down to the this office in our county, like some county office or whatever, and then got the ballot and then brought it back to the hospital. And then I personally, I didn't mail it in. I handed it in when I went to vote. So I don't know. It's just weird. Well, I will say that our fucking voting system is archaic and clearly needs to be fixed. Real talk though, guys, if we expect any different from the man, I mean, truly knew he wouldn't go quietly. No, he's not. This man does not lose, and clearly does not take losing well. He's just, I mean, he's won through life pretty much in every instance. So he doesn't, in a sense, he's like spoiled and doesn't know how to lose. Girl with the diamond ring, why should I only attack policies and not character as well when it comes to a leader? Yeah, good question. Okay. They wouldn't censor if it were the truth, and this one wasn't censored, not yet anyway. 306, where is this evidence? I can't seem to find it. Hey, buddy, don't let the door hit you on the way out. I can't believe people put this on the president's page. This is almost as like gross to me, not for nothing, as people going on like a crime victims page. Like when Shanann Watts, people would go on her page and say terrible shit about her or whatever. I mean, like, I don't know how people do this, but that's just me. Johnny O is melting as we speak. Okay, I don't know what that means. It's crazy. Look at all these fucking these memes and shit. It's too much. Yep, time to go to prison. In all these years, I still can't figure out his fucking hair. That's the one thing I just can't figure out. I love seeing Trump lose. Oh my God, man, these people write the same shit. I had a president, Donald was his name. Since he left me, I've never been the same because I love my MAGA Donald. Where can you be? God. You've never had a big legal win in your entire life. MAGA's helped me. I'm losing. Okay. A big lie from Trump. Lock out his account now. Jesus. Look at this shit. Thinking about lying, gloating, denial, doubling down, accusing other of worse lies, pouting. I cannot believe this. I don't know. King of cowards. Oh my God. This is like, I'm sorry. This is a disgrace. I have to say, it is. It's kind of gross. Like, I don't know. What is this country coming to? Really? This is disgusting. You're going to lose Pennsylvania. You're going to lose Georgia. You're going to lose Arizona. You're going to lose Nevada. Deal with it, you lying, racist, degenerate son of a Klansman. Oh, Lord. I can't. Sir, you've lost your re-election. Sir, it's time for you to concede. Sir, it's time for you to have some dignity. Sir, it's time for you to go. Okay. He wouldn't be trying so hard to steal it. I don't get that. Okay. Donald Trump. Oh, the mail. Duh. Donald Trump is the leading cause of in America. Man, they were trying to make like a really funny post and then they fucked it up. Donald is now the leading cause of death in the United States. Okay. Donald, you may want to give Victor a call. He can certainly advise you on Putin's retirement benefits. Jesus. Can't believe as it happens in the UK, but this is terrible on a big scale. Mr. President, you're clearly the winner, but it seems they want to stop you in the US. Okay. From the guy who brought you, the reason there are so many cases is because we are doing too many tests, comes the new hit single, I'm only losing because they're counting all the votes against me. Oh my God, I just cannot believe this. I'm sorry. I was like kind of in fucking shock that this exists. And get this, Trump voters are handed out Sharpies instead of ballpoints, except i.e. their votes automatically get rejected. What? Stop it. Just stop it. This is the problem with MAGA. Trumps. The narcissistic mind tricks a narcissist into believing what they say is the absolute truth because they believe it is absolutely true. They are able to persuade others who are without critical thinking, hence MAGA. Okay. Jeez. Donald Trump is the kind of asshole other assholes look at and say, now there's an asshole. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I just can't believe this. I love seeing Trump lose. Oh my God, again. I mean, this dude is bleeding from his eye. If that ain't a sign of a demon, I don't know what is. Oh my God. I can't believe this shit. Oh my God, this is terrible. This is the end of my presidency. I'm fucked. Okay, robot. How's that? All right. Oh, they're talking about the same thing that I keep seeing. Nope, only 91%. Huh? Huh? Okay. Pennsylvania is the last big state, right? I bet he highly regrets telling his people to show up on voting day. Don't do mail-in. Liberal want group think. What do you mean mac and cheese? Pennsylvania counted mail-in votes last, and they are majority Democratic. Oh, really, Val? All right. My law enforcement officer son asked if I had flipped off Trump supporters loudly, cheering him on my corner. Guess one of his law enforcement probably saw me on my way home. Oh shit. My son, okay, my son is young. My 7-year-old son, let me do that, is all upset. And I'm like, Jesse, you don't even know anything about any of this shit. You know why he likes Trump? Because he sees the fucking, first of all, my husband, I guess, likes him, which I'm like, but he saw all the Trump parades going on. around here with like these huge trucks, you know, and the fucking flags and shit. So that's why he likes them. That's the only reason. It's going to be what just happened there. What just happened, Beefers? It's going to the courts, so your brainwashed emotional nonsense means nothing. The MSM doesn't control elections. It might control you, though. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Mind control? I don't even watch the fucking news, dude. I have not watched the news in probably well over a year. So how am I mind controlled? I'd like to know what in the world happened to the pre-voting polls that were conducted. Wow, talk about skis. Well, Gen B, those are not always accurate. I mean, in any election. So, I mean, look at the last election. Hillary won the popular vote, you know? And I mean, so who knows? My husband was questioned about a signature not matching, how to show his ID. And my husband was like, well, signatures change over 20 years. Yeah, that they do, because mine certainly does not look the same as it did in high school. I mean, besides the fact that, you know, half of it is a different name. If the Dems went through all this effort to supposedly rig an election, wouldn't they have made sure to take back the Senate and pick up the seats in the House? Well, you would think, right, Stacey Marie? I mean, I just don't know. How do you rig an election? How? This day and age, how do you rig an election of billions of fucking people voting? I don't, like, how is that even possible? By telling them to, I don't know, during a pandemic? I mean, it makes sense that there's a lot of mail-in. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Just saying. My kids are Trump supporters, and I remain very polite. Anytime they can hear me, I want them to support whoever they want. Exactly, Ems. I mean, I just tell my son, you know, he doesn't understand. He's 7 years old. He doesn't know politics. He doesn't even understand, you know, why. He's just starting to learn in social studies what a president even fucking is. So, I mean, obviously, I don't expect him to know anything. So predictable. Last week I said if he loses, he's going to say it's rigged. But if he wins, it was all on the up and up. Of course, Jamie. Of course. I just feel like, you know, you need to wait. These tweets to me are, I mean, Pennsylvania has not even, I believe they haven't finished, have they? They haven't finished counting. And even if he gets Pennsylvania, he's still behind. So, with 20 votes. So he's still behind. They're battling 1,000. Georgia. Okay. Also, I think it was Science Girl yesterday said that Biden's I think there's only a 3-year difference in their age. So, all right, let's see what else is going on his tweets. Donald Trump tweets. I never really looked at his, he said big legal win in Pennsylvania, not big win. Okay. Stop the count. 3 hours ago, again, he retweeted this. Jesus Christ, dude. What do you mean? Oh, these should be good. Ah, fuck. I keep pressing the same thing. I'm thinking it's like Facebook. I can't use Twitter. Okay. Stop the fraud. Dude, he's making himself look crazy with these tweets. He really needs to put his fucking phone down. Melania needs to take his phone away. This is fucking insane. It's insane. Oh my God, dude. Melania, take his phone away. Please. People laughing. I have a brother in Texas and they have a family feud over this election. I feel like I'm a part of it. No, you not a part. Like that's like take apart. You're a part of it. I'm not into politics, religion, but like to quote The Apprentice. So you're voting. Wait a second. Let me get this straight. See, I noticed this in the last election, and I'm just putting this out here. And I can only speak on people I know in my personal life. Okay. There was people in the last election in my own family making these ridiculous, posts. And I'm like, these people have never followed politics, have never voted for president. And they're these huge Trump supporters. And I really think, and I think a science girl touched on this yesterday, that a lot of people voted because he was a celebrity and they were familiar with him, because let's face it, a lot of the times we don't know the candidates that are being, that are or the nominees or whatever, because they're either, a governor or senator in another state that we don't live in. So, here it is now, this big celebrity, kind of like Ronald Reagan, right, was running for office. And so I feel like a lot of people voted just because they knew who he was and he was a celebrity and they liked him on the TV show, but not necessarily because they agreed with his politics. And I feel like that's kind of scary, but just saying. I know a lot of people in my life. Don't get me wrong, I really want to work, but right now I got to focus on my studies and not many jobs are hiring. So goes your argument? What? Okay. That's not proof of fraud. The state had most likely solved those by now, especially if they were getting sued. The people have spoken, and in your words, you're fired. Average house price in Canada 2020 is $531. People in the US have it good. You need to pay for medical insurance. Really? Where the hell are you living in the US? Because the average price here on Long Island is pretty much the same. Oh, God. Miss Piggy. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. In the immortal words of your predecessor, George H.W. Bush, not gonna do it. George Bush was the last president that got voted out after one term. So he did not get reelected. That was during Desert Storm too. We'll stop the count when it's finished or when you stop the lying, whichever comes first. This is just crazy. Cool, then you lose. LOL, my timeline sounds pertinent to this conversation. If you have something smart to say, join, otherwise fuck off. What? The count of dead souls on your watch keeps increasing, now at 240,000. This will keep increasing. They will not stop counting. For every last soul, every last vote will be counted. Trump is the one with the hidden bank account in China, and he paid more in taxes there than here. Look up how much Ivanka made in business deals in China while they're on official WH business. Ivanka, the daughter, please check the facts, not Trump's conspiracy theories. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down. Oh, Jesus. Trump, and if you like Trump, fuck you too. Wow. Okay. You put that on the president's fucking page. Like, this is disgraceful. It really is. This is so rigged by the left. It's sickening. Is that Laura? Didn't Laura post a fucking thing that looked just like this morning? Holy shit. What is that? That's so weird. All right. Are we there yet? Okay. Puppet Gate, murdered by Taliban, paid for by Putin. Oh my God. This is sick. I don't know. Jeez. Mommy, make them stop counting. It's not fair that they count all the votes. Oh my God. This is definitely going to go down in history. That's for sure. Jesus. Right. We rigged it yet. My husband was questioned by the voting hall down our street. We have lived on for 23 years. And the house he lived at his whole life. Crazy. Oh boy. This is just crazy. Biden made a lot of money from China. I'm sure a lot of these fucking politicians have. Let's just be real here. There's tons of corruption in politics on both sides. And if you don't think that, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic. Like I said, go and watch this documentary and just see some of his practices in the past, and I don't know. It's a little scary. I was on some other page of this crazy lady, and when she started with the Trump, I had to go. My friend told me about you. She said, crazy Karen hates you. So she knew I love you. Trump made a shit ton of money from Russia. Yeah, and yeah. Biden will put China first. Good luck with COVID. He will kiss up to all the world leaders. I don't know. I do know, and I do think it's a little scary that Trump has ruined our relationship with China in a sense. I mean, it is a little scary. I do think that, this is why I can never say I'm one way or the other, because I mean, I do agree that we need to start manufacturing in America again, because I'm sick of buying products that were made in China. But I mean, I don't know if China is the ones you want to piss off. How did I even find this video? What? I don't even watch politics and was watching a nostalgia video. What the hell? Really? I don't know. I don't know how you found it. You're going to have to go back. YouTube algorithm broke. Yeah, sure. Hey, want to buy lettuce? Sure. You're not a troll or anything. You're not a troll. Trump also has China paying us now instead of paying China hundreds of millions of dollars every year. China ruined our relationship with China. Well, they have found thousands of dead people votes, hundreds of thousands of duplicate ballots without watermark, and more votes than registered voters. Yeah, but Lucy's World, if they're finding them, that means they're not counting them, right? So, I mean, that's a good sign. China will own U.S. if Biden wins. That's what Trump was stopping. True. This whole thing's just crazy. It really is. It's crazy. This is why I avoid politics, because everybody's got an opinion, a different opinion, and they see things differently. And, I stand firmly in the middle of things, but, well, I don't know how much in the middle. I might lean a little bit more to one side or the other, but I mean, I don't have a strong opinion about things either way. I could kind of see both sides of the coin in life. So Biden cannot help with COVID. He is a little dead. I don't know. No, that have already been counted. Lucy's World, but where's the proof of this? Like, I mean, I'm just asking. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just asking because people are saying all these things. Where's the actual proof that that's been going on, that's been happening? At the end of the day, the electoral votes are what matters. And let's look that up. Hold on. Let's understand how voting actually even works, because I think that's like an important thing for people to understand, because a lot of people don't understand it. I had this great video and I can't find it again. On electoral votes. Electoral votes explained. It was back in the last election. I remember it was this great video that really explained how it works. So here we go. Here's an article from ABC. What is the Electoral College? Explained. The popular vote winner has not won the presidency 5 times in the U.S. presidential election history. Okay, so happened 5 times before an electoral college winner losing the popular vote, which happened in the last election. John Quincy Adams over Andrew Jackson in 1824, Rutherford B. Hayes over Samuel Tilden in 1876, Benjamin Harrison over Grover Cleveland in 1888, George W. Bush over Al Gore in 2000. Oh, I didn't know that. And Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton in 2016. That year, Clinton won the popular vote by more than 2.8 million, but Trump became president. Okay, it's not the popular vote. Sorry, I scrolled too much. It's not the popular vote that wins you the election, said SMU political science professor Cal Gilson. When asked to delve into his Politics 101 explanation, Gilson said the framers of the Constitution wanted to make sure each state had a representative voice. Texas 38 electoral vote total, for example, represents the 36 members of the U.S. House of Representatives in the Lone Star State, plus the 2 senators from Texas. If a candidate, why is this thing like scrolling so much? Sorry. I just lost my spot. Okay. If a candidate wins Texas, as Donald Trump did on election day, they get all of those electoral votes. That way, the greater populations of the biggest states like Texas, Florida, New York, or California, as compared to Montana or New Hampshire, don't get to decide for everybody else. I think that there are enough states that benefit by the Electoral College that it will be hard to get it replaced by a direct popular vote. So the popular vote doesn't really matter. Others have likened the Electoral College to a World Series. The Dodgers didn't win in Arlington because they had the most combined runs. They won because they were first to win 4 electoral games. There are 51 simultaneous games in that analogy, said Laura Brown of George Washington University in reference to the electoral votes in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. The framers wanted the electoral votes in your state to be related to your entire congressional delegation, which is then about representing the people through their states. Okay, this is not a very good explanation, but established by Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2 of the U.S. Constitution and modified by the 12th and 23rd Amendments, any further modification, as in changing the presidential election to a national popular vote, would require an additional amendment and ratification by at least 38 states. Okay. Gilson, not a fan of the Electoral College system, doubts that will ever happen. I do think the Electoral College is a 19th century, no longer relevant device, and we should get rid of it if we could. We can't, so we're stuck with it. A system with Joe Biden leading in the national popular vote potentially in play again. Where's the rest of the article? That's it? That was the article? That was a really shitty fucking explanation. Wow. Sorry about that. Sorry about wasting your fucking time. Check DM. You need to play the video. I just sent it. It goes back to John and you, Diane and Tracy. Do we have to? Hold on. Whose video is it? Because I'm not really in the mood for a fucking strike today. Just saying. I gotta find the I'll explain. It was a really, really good video. Oh wait, is this it? No, but maybe this will explain it better. Hold on.
What do the national polls look like?
Hillary Clinton's nationally, Joe Biden is currently ahead.
But these national polls don't actually tell you who's going to win.
Throw the national polls out the window. They don't matter at all. What matters are those swing states.
Yes, the swing states. Most democracies around the world elect their head of state with a popular vote, so whoever gets the most votes wins. But in America, we do it a little differently. The US is the only country that picks its president using something called the Electoral College. It's made up of delegates from each US state. When Americans vote for president, what they're actually voting for is who their state will vote for. This is why every so often someone wins the presidency without winning the popular vote. That's happened twice in just the past 20 years.
Oh,
the
okay,
majority
Laura.
of Americans do not like the system and haven't for a long time. Both political parties have made attempts to get rid of it. So why does the US still use the Electoral College?
Yes, why do we?
And who actually benefits from it? The Electoral College is based on how people are represented in Congress, where each state has a number of representatives based on its population, and every state also gets 2 senators. So, for example, let's look at Texas, which has a huge population, and Vermont, which has a really small one. Texas has 36 representatives in Congress. Vermont only gets 1. Representatives in both states each represent roughly the same number of people. In the Electoral College, a state gets the same number of delegates as their congressional representatives, plus 2 for each senator. So Texas has 38 electoral votes, Vermont has 3. But this combination makes the number of people each delegate represents way different between states. In Texas, 1 electoral delegate represents 3 times the amount of people as 1 in Vermont. And that makes each individual person's vote in Vermont a lot more influential.
So
the Electoral
crazy.
College creates discrepancies like this all over the country. A voter in Wyoming is worth 3.5 times as much as a voter in California. And the winner of the presidential election is the candidate who gets 270 or more of these Electoral College votes.
Right.
These are the results of the 2016 election by state. You're probably more familiar with this version of it, a map of red states and blue states. But this chart tells a different story.
Yes.
You can see that
Oh,
no
shit.
state
Well,
is
it probably helps if
actually
you guys
all
can see
red
the charts,
or all
right?
blue. But almost every state awards its electoral votes the same way. The candidate who gets the most votes in a state gets all its electoral votes. If they win the state by 1%, they win 100% of the electoral
Bye, Gila
votes.
plant.
In 2016, more than 4 million people voted for Donald Trump in California. In fact, more people voted for him there than in any other state except for 2. But it didn't matter. Hillary Clinton got more votes there, so she got all 55 of its electoral votes. Clinton never even campaigned in California. Polling showed she'd easily win the state. Trump only
That's
visited
crazy.
Texas once. He knew he'd basically had that state's electoral votes locked. But they both visited Florida 35 or more times.
Holy
That's
shit,
because
it's a
Florida
swing
is
state.
usually a swing state. Polls show that the vote there could swing to one party or another nearly every election.
Yep.
Trump only won it in 2016 by 100,000 votes, out of more than 9 million.
Wow.
Swing states have changed over time thanks to shifting demographics and political views. And it's states like these where presidential candidates spend most of their time campaigning. It also means these states have way more influence over the election than these ones. A study found that voters in Michigan had 51 times the amount of influence on the 2016 election as someone from a state like Utah. Voters in states like California or Missouri mattered very little. Swing states are where the election actually takes place.
Yeah, which
they
is
get the
crazy.
attention and the influence, and they only exist because of the Electoral College. It doesn't seem very fair, but the Electoral College has always shifted power away from some people and towards others. It was how it was designed. Back when there were just a few states, not 50, they had to get all the states to agree on the Constitution. One problem. The northern states, which were largely anti-slavery, wanted only free people to count in the population towards electoral votes, which they had more of. The pro-slavery southern states were worried that they would be constantly outvoted and wanted enslaved people to count in determining the population. As
Who
a
is this
compromise,
idiot?
they settled
Thank
on
you,
something
Capone.
called the 3/5 Clause. It established that an enslaved person would only count as 3/5 of a person. In 1800, Pennsylvania, a northern state, and Virginia, a southern one, had about the same number of free people living there. But Virginia was also home to hundreds of thousands of enslaved people who had no freedom, let alone a vote, and ended up with more votes in the Electoral College than Pennsylvania. That year, those extra electoral votes gave the candidate from Virginia just enough to win.
What?
Even after the U.S. finally abolished slavery and eventually gave Black Americans the right to vote,
The more
white
you
Southern
know.
leaders found ways to keep them from voting, like with discriminating laws like poll taxes and
God damn.
acts of violence. This meant they continued to have overrepresentation in the Electoral College on behalf of a large population that couldn't vote. The first time Congress attempted to replace the Electoral College with a simple popular vote was back in 1816. But senators from southern states blocked it, saying it would be deeply injurious to them. In 1969, Congress came even closer. Replacing the Electoral College had support in both parties and even passed the House, but it was blocked again by southern senators.
God damn.
A senator from Alabama wrote, "The Electoral College is one of the South's few remaining political safeguards. Let's keep it. Why change a
they won
system
it?
that historically had and still was benefiting white Southerners?"
Wow.
Today, the states that the Electoral College benefits have changed, but it's still making some voters more powerful than others.
That's crazy.
If we look at the states with a lot of electoral votes for not a lot of people, and the states with a little electoral votes for a lot of people, these states are a lot wider and less diverse than the rest of America. And many of these states are Republican strongholds.
Wow.
These tend to vote Democratic. That's one reason the two most recent Republican presidents have won the Electoral College without winning the popular vote. And since it's currently Democrats that are primarily disadvantaged by the Electoral College, they're the ones leading the charge to replace it with a popular vote.
Get rid of the Electoral College and everybody.
But as politics have changed, the people
Wow.
most critical of the
This is
Electoral College
interesting.
have too.
Did
In
not
the
know
1948 presidential election, New York ended up being the major swing state. A congressman from Texas said, "I have no objection to the Negro in Harlem voting, but I do resent the fact that his vote is worth 100 times as much as the vote of a white man in Texas." Swing states change. What doesn't is that the Electoral College gives certain people more power to pick the president. And its biggest defenders have always been those who benefit the most from it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that was interesting. Still didn't really explain. Well,
Thanks to
I guess it
Absolute,
did.
who sponsored this video to remind all Americans to make the time to vote. Absolute doesn't.
All right, that was an interesting explanation there. Didn't know a lot of that. So, but again, there you go. Fucking Electoral College picks the president. So, recounting popular votes, I don't know. Oh, that was in the 50s. Okay, makes sense. LOL. All right, so think we should go by popular vote is really the only fair way. Each person's vote counts the same. I agree, Gen B. I totally agree by that, because it's like, it's kind of like a false sense of security for us that we're voting, that we have the right to vote, because it really doesn't fucking count. In the end, doesn't matter. The Electoral College picks the fucking president. So, all right. Mac and cheese, you're in a safe space. All right, enough president bullshit. Let me see what Laura sent me here. Let's see what Laura sent. Take a little break from politics for a moment, because I usually don't ever discuss politics on my channel, just saying. All right. I just don't like, I don't like the fighting. That's why I stayed completely off of Facebook, because I just can't take it. I can't take the fighting, which is crazy because I'm here and everybody's fighting, but it's on a much grander scale on Facebook, and it's people that I actually know in real life. Some of them just say the most ignorant shit.
So
Hold on. Let me just share this with you guys. You sure I'm not going to get struck, Laura? Please. Hold on here. Stop this one. Let's start another one. Voter turnout in general was amazing. Sure was. Yeah, the U.S. is more divided now, I feel like, than it ever was. So it's kind of scary. All right. Bye-bye, electoral girl. Hello, whoever.
Oh, I was just listening to Diane's replay. It was the Air Your Grievances thing or something like that. And it was funny. And I was really moved by a couple of people that were up there, especially.
Who is this?
I'm going to get the names wrong. But the people who were just starting like a new friendship. I found that really interesting and funny. Some of Wendy's comments were funny. People who came up to sort of talk things out, I found that like cathartic. And then it got to the part where the truth was
No problem, Laura B.
talking to John. And I didn't even know that conversation had happened, except for I saw Wendy V had snipped a clip of it. And I had started listening to the replay of Diane's thing, and I started in the morning while I was getting dressed, and then I stopped because I was, done and ready to go and start my day. And then when I was listening to, and then when I got back on YouTube, I saw Wendy's thing and I clicked the link and I was like, oh, it's the one I'd already started listening to. So I finished listening to it. And I want to specifically talk about the quote unquote racism comment, because it sort of ties into this big question about why do some people not feel welcomed or appreciated in certain chats, specifically yours, Diane, for example. When someone says something ignorant, and I'm not going to call the Truth racist. By the way, Truth, I did unsubscribe from you because I felt like that comment is just unacceptable to me. You said that that's not your nature to say things like that, yet you did say it. And I'm taking into account that you were intoxicated, but you did say it. So when people say things like that, it's not, when a white person says something racially insensitive and ignorant, I'm going to call it ignorant. When a white person says something ignorant, that could be viewed as racist. Another white person doesn't get to say that it's racist, or gets to tell colored people how to feel about it, or says that we shouldn't be offended, or we don't view it. That's not your job, Diane. It's not your job, Wendy. Yes. You guys don't get to say that. While I don't think the Truth is a racist person, how would I know? I don't know her that well. I only know what she shows me on YouTube. And from what I've seen, I really enjoyed her having talks with her and the content. But the comment that she made is hurtful. And when I hear you defend it, it makes me feel like what you don't want is people to believe that the Truth is racist. And you don't want us to be angry about the ignorant comment. It makes me feel like you're saying, well, she was drunk. She made a mistake. We all say things.
Thank you.
I mean, Wendy, Diane, I've listened to you guys for years.
Guys, give Shauna a sub. I just put her link in the chat.
Racist or ignorant. It's just... So we don't all say that. That's not in our nature. No, it's not everybody's default. And when someone says something like that, it comes from a place of ignorance. It comes from some misguided belief or some ignorant belief that they were taught when they were a kid, or a joke that they heard with their other white friends in a corner. This is why I say words are so important, because words can they can start wars. Yep. They can hurt feelings, and they can form relationships. For example, the online relationship that we saw budding earlier on that show. On that live. But
wow,
you don't get to tell us that we don't get to be offended by that kind of thing. It's just not right. When I hear things like that, I'm going to automatically put myself into that position. Person of mixed race, who has Black family. My father's Black, I'm Black, or brown anyway. And I identify as African American, and I deal with things, the racial tensions that we are going through right now. And it's not fair, it's not right, it's not okay for you to tell us that we can't be offended. And I know that's not what you said, but that's what it feels like. And it's not an apology you get to accept. It's not something you get to explain away. It's not something that you get to label. It would be a better conversation to have as to why Tracy thought it was okay to say that, why Tracy went there. But maybe she doesn't want to talk about that. It sounds like she wants to explain it away and say that she's not racist. And I agree with you. To call someone a racist is such a horrible, permanent thing to say. It's like that pedophile word, like if we're going to call someone a name, if we're going to strap a label on somebody, we better make damn well sure that that is what they are. And I don't think the Truth is racist. I think the Truth said something ignorant. We can all learn from our mistakes. We can all learn and grow from things that we say and do. And I'm not going to condemn you, the Truth, Tracy, for saying something ignorant in a vulnerable time. But what I would like you to know is that what you said was hurtful, especially in the climate today where there's so much racial divide. What you said was hurtful, not just to John, but to me and any other person of color who might happen to hear that, or anybody who has poor people in their family like you. That stuff is hurtful, and it's wrong to say. And I know that you don't want to be called racist, and I don't think that you should be. But you also shouldn't be saying those things. Maybe you can replay that portion back. But every time you said, yes, I said some ignorant things or I said some hurtful things, but once you put that but in there and you explain why you said it, to me, it's an explanation. It's like you want to be excused for the thing that you said. And I don't think you should be excused because you don't understand the depth, the weight of what you're saying. It doesn't sound like you do anyway, because if you did, you wouldn't try to explain it away.
Wow.
You would just apologize and do better. So that's what I have to say. All right, bye.
I gotta give Shauna a round of applause there. That was a great video. Great video. Thank you, Shauna. I don't think she's in here, but if she is or isn't, I shared her link in the chat. Just go down there and hit the subscribe button. That was a great, great, great commentary on everything, because I felt the same way, and I know Diane's gonna, flip out. And I was not trying to make excuses, but she was. That was part of the other part of the comment that I read earlier. I left another comment under Wendy V's video, basically saying that it's kind of gross that Diane was trying to justify it, making excuses for it, because there is really no excuse. There's no excuse. And sometimes you just have to accept that. There's no excuse. She just said some fucking ignorant shit. Still going to say that someone said something racist doesn't mean they're racist, but if they say something racist, I'm going to call them out. Okay. Hey, want to buy lettuce? You just acted like you were in like some random live here. How do you know what happened? That's interesting. I did write about Diane saying that it was kind of racist. So let's see what Tracy, oh my God, why is Tiffany answering? I said, also find it funny. Tracy says, that's what I heard when she claims I told her to go drive drunk several times. Tracy, weren't you there? What do you mean? That's what I heard. Of course, that's what you heard. Of course, because you need some way to deflect and make me look like a piece of shit. Maybe you should go back and listen again, because throughout the entire time you were on panel, I offered to pay for an Uber 2 times. I told you several times not to drive and told you to get out of the car because you could get arrested. Of course, you didn't hear all that. It doesn't suit your agenda. So Tiffany says she made it very clear at the 37-minute mark of my live she wasn't driving. Okay, I didn't hear that. Nobody on our panel heard that because nobody was listening to your live at that point in time. She came onto our panel and we weren't really listening, as we were talking at the point where we were listening. And then she comes onto Laura's panel and basically says, oh, I'm home. I'm at the venue. Then I'm home. So she didn't make it clear. We know now that she didn't drive, but we didn't know that night. So why you have to even comment? I don't know, because you didn't like Tracy not too long ago. Here's Remy, 3701 to be exact. So what she had a few and warmed up in a car, which was parked in a private driveway at a home where the outdoor wedding was held. It was cold. My butt would have been in the car as well. Maybe she wanted some privacy, maybe sensory overload, maybe just wanting to get away. I'm sure we've all experienced the feeling of wanting to get away from a wedding for a few. Okay, Remy, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, I feel like sometimes people just comment just to comment, and they're not even. Nobody knew she was sitting in a driveway that night. I mean, I don't understand what's so hard to understand about this. Why are we even fucking discussing it? That's not even the fucking point. The whole point of my comment is that Tracy was saying that I told her, and neither of their comments address that. You notice that? Because they're both now Tracy fans, but neither of their comments actually address what I was saying, which is that Tracy's like, that's what I heard. But Tracy, you were the one who was there. What do you mean it's what you heard? You were there. Why are you going by on hearsay? Ay. But let's go read the replies under my other comment. Those should be interesting too. I keep checking my messages every time yours beep. Hold on a second. So I read my other comment earlier. Here's Tracy. Like, you racist comments telling him to go back to his black folk that the white folks don't want him. Does racism have an expiration date? I don't know, Tracy. You tell me. And let's not forget your felony DWI girlfriend. First of all, Tracy, I wasn't charged. I wasn't convicted of a felony. I don't have a felony on my record. So you need to do some better fucking fact checking there, girl. I was charged with a felony, I believe, because driving drunk is a felony, but it was lowered to something else. I don't even remember what, but I don't have a felony on my record. But nice try with that, Tracy, you fucking asshole. That was also 2003, so almost 20 years ago. But okay, Tracy. You're how old? 60s? You're in your 60s, Tracy? You should know better. I learned my lesson, but clearly you didn't fucking learn yours. Okay. Anyway. Crazy Nurse Granny, hey beautiful. She did everything she rages about on one panel. That's so true. Goldie writes, buying books, they chew on the covers. What? All right. John wrote, the truth. She was literally talking to a panel of black men. Her insult was that I'm some unwanted loser. Literally zero racist about that. But unlike you, she wrote an extremely long, heartfelt message apologizing. And in this, we talked like adults. We weren't friends. I didn't have to talk to her, but I move on when an apology is heartfelt. She then told me she wanted to go live and make a second apology. I told her not to. I told her it would only draw attention to people hating on her. Her being a woman I'm not friends with, but I still cared about hate coming her way. She ignored my advice and went live making a second apology that was genuine. Also, Tracy, if you want to talk racism, the black guys whose video it was are in fact racist against white people and only wanted to come at me because I'm married to a white person. You know, like the black guy that married your niece. The way they feel about me is the same way they feel about your niece and nephew. So it would do you good not to travel down this road. So Diane, here we go. Here we go with Diane. Excuse me, but I did listen to the live and I did say the comments were racial comments. I did say I didn't believe by making those comments makes a person racist. I guess you didn't listen to everything I said. I hear a lot of racist comments around here, so why are we only pointing out Tracy's? Diane, because this is a video specifically about Tracy, Diane, specifically, and you were making excuses. Tracy did apologize. And on my panel, both John and Tracy agreed not to talk about each other. That didn't last but 5 minutes after John left my panel. Well, that should tell you something, Diane. Your fucking resolution nights have been and always will be a fucking failure. So, but, you know, keep using people's fights for content. Yeah, maybe because they only defend Tracy. And you know what's funny, Diane? We're talking only about Tracy right now because Tracy is the most recent person to make racist comments. But any other time there had been racist comments made, Diane, me, Leanna, Makeup Mobster, have spoken on those racist comments. You, on the other hand, have not. Just saying. You ignore them, depending on who it is. If it's somebody you like or afraid of, you turned a blind eye to it. For instance, Brian. No, Laura, again, like you said, I cannot believe people are calling you racist. Does dumb statements, facts. How did these people get so dumbed down? Don't know what you're talking about. So we are clear. Diane made racist comments about me too. She admitted it. I don't bring it up because she sincerely apologized. Another example of this, if it's sincere, I'll forgive, but Diane did do it. Interesting. So could we talk about those? No, I'm just kidding. You can join your friend in timeout, nothing to lose. Oh. It is funny. They come in threes. They sound like a jerk. You said nothing wrong. What did Judith say? Seriously, what am I missing? Did I say something wrong? What happened, Judith? I'm sorry, Diane. I did listen to the whole thing, and it did sound like you were kind of making excuses for it at the end. Just because you said, yeah, it's racist, doesn't mean that you weren't trying to excuse it in other ways. So maybe you need to re-listen to your own words. Tracy gave mixed messages about her location. It was responsible to be concerned. She made racist comments. We get you. I mean, listen, that's all. Someone said last night that John went into FOD's live bashing women. That was a lie. He was talking politics. Wow. All right, hold on, Laura. I mean, I can't make sense of this. Her drinking and driving obviously is not even an issue anymore. So I don't know why people are focused on that. What they're not focused on, my whole point of making that original comment that Remy and what's her face over there, replied to, was that people are only hearing what they want to hear. At the very end of the live, Tracy had said something to me, and I don't even remember what the fuck it was. And I said, yeah, okay, Tracy, and you go fucking drive drunk and hope you don't kill anybody or some shit like that. Okay? I wasn't encouraging her to fucking drive drunk. I was basically being facetious. I don't know if people know what that is, but you could clearly see throughout the whole rest of the live, I had concern for her driving drunk because I didn't know where she was. She said she was at the reception. Well, I'm sorry, in my mind, most people don't get married in their backyards. And I'm not putting anybody down for getting married in their backyard. I'm just saying, when you say you're at the reception, it makes me think that you were at a fucking hotel, a hole somewhere, possibly parked in a street or in a parking lot. Because either one of those, even if you are in a private driveway and a cop fucking rolls up on you, you could get arrested. So I don't know what to tell you there, but that wasn't even the fucking issue. The issue is people only hear what they want to hear. Tracy's misleading everybody in Diane's chat. There's 800 people or whatever in her fucking chat. And Tracy was misleading them by telling them that I was telling her to go drive home drunk several times, like implying that I wanted Tracy to get in an accident or get hurt or harm other people. And that's not the fucking case at all whatsoever. If you look at the rest of the live and you listen to what I'm saying, that's the very opposite of what I wanted. I even commented on how I don't care for Tracy, but I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I mean, several times I said that. So that was my whole point. But of course, way over fucking people's heads. Way the fuck over. Like a fucking... Never mind. All right, let me check Laura's DMs. I'm not doing this. What is this? Go to the 34-minute mark. Very interesting. Play 34 through 37. Tracy has been court ordered to go to AA multiple times. Why is that, Tracy? Is that her own words? I really don't want to play this because if it's fucking one of them, I know they're going to strike me. Yeah, Sarah, I'm good. I'm not playing it. You guys could go check it out. I'll share the link in the chat. Fucking, Tracy, that's disturbing. Why would you be court ordered? Now, listen, people, I grew up in a home with an alcoholic. Luckily, my dad has never gotten a DWI or had any court orders or whatever. He always drank safely at home for the most part. I mean, there was times we went to parties, looking back, restaurants, parties where my dad was drinking and got in the car and drove us home. I mean, this also happened back in the fucking 80s. Okay. But, I mean, you're gonna throw my DV, my one DV in your place, in my face, Tracy, my first and only DWI, which I got in 2003 and fucking blew a .08, which is exactly the legal limit. Okay, Tracy. And then you're gonna come out with some shit that you've been court ordered to fucking attend AA meetings multiple times. That's interesting. That's interesting. Whatever. I give up with these people. What's going on here? There's zero facts to what you said. You must know that. You do realize poverty-stricken land. Nothing to lose. I think you need to rewind back about, I don't know, a half hour, possibly 40 minutes and listen, because like we already had this conversation. So you're kind of being redundant here. She had absolutely zero right to mention your DW, check your DM. I don't care. I've talked about it on here. I mean, she doesn't have a right, but that's Tracy for you. Just once again, showing her fucking big fat ass. So figuratively, okay. Again, I'm speaking because I know people don't understand what that means. So Laura, you could block that person. They're just being disruptive at this point. We've had this conversation already. Why do we need to revisit it? And I'm cool. I guess it's a big silly joke. Heck is trying to play on me. What do you mean, Judas? What's going on with you and Big Heck? I'm confused. Am I like really behind in chat here? I didn't see what happened there. Where's Snoop? Steph, he's over here hanging. He's laying actually in the sun, enjoying the sun. Nobody excuse Laura's racism, dude. What are you talking about? Could you please just fucking block this person? It's like, enough. Stop. Just stop. You're clearly somebody that just hates Laura and just coming in here trying to start shit when we already fucking discussed this and settled it. I need to design Snoop Mobster merch. I really should. That's 17 years of self-growth and reflection. He's taking a big shit on the haters' yard steps. Yeah, I wish he was. Hold on a second. All right, so I checked Laura's thing here. That's really interesting, though. Go to, so could one of the mods pick up Sarah's video, the link, and put it in the chat with the 34-minute mark, and go check it out for yourselves, because I don't want to play it. I know that they're just going to get angry and strike me, and I don't want to take this live down because I think we had some good discussions on it, and I don't want to undermine that by playing somebody else's video. It's just a fucking waste to me when we could all just go ourselves and see that. So, I mean, unbelievable. So if she was court ordered to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, right, then you would think that at 60 something years old, she would know better than to sit in her car with the fucking keys in the ignition. Like, I'm just saying. I mean, they tell you this stuff, dude. This is common sense, Tracy. Common sense. But that wasn't even the issue. Nobody cares. All right, we understand she didn't drive that night. We get it. I mean, at the end of the day, though, nobody really knows whether she drove or not. I don't know. I wasn't in her fucking car. I didn't babysit her or hang out with her the whole fucking night. So, whatever. What the fuck ever. Clearly, AA didn't work. You're still drinking. Because you're supposed to be completely sober. It's part of the fucking 12 steps program. Abstinence from all types of substances, Tracy. So frustrating. So frustrating. So, remember I showed you guys my wreath that broke yesterday? So I took the whole entire thing apart, rewired it. I cut out all the lights. Oh, fuck a bee. Get out of here, bee. Dude, fuck bees. What is that? So I'm in the process of still fixing this thing right now. My whole entire fucking porch looks like a workshop. Hold on a second. I mean, I rewired it. I just put all new lights in. I cut the old ones and put new ones. I'm not throwing away a perfectly good wreath. Not gonna do it. So there you have it. Oh God, I look terrible. So I had, but here's the kicker. I called up. There was a number on the tag, and I was like, oh shit, let me call it. And I called it up. They're sending me a brand new wreath free of charge. So I'm gonna have 2. Stop muting me and nothing to lose. You muted me multiple times because I have a headache. You mods are abusing your power. If you think his opinion is wrong, argue it. Don't. Do headaches offend you? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? How do you know that it's a he? Well, I didn't get the joke, but still I am cool. Is everything settled with you guys? Judith and Big Hack, I hope so. Hey, want to buy lettuce? Either engage in the conversation or leave. Stop trolling. You are so obvious. I know. Like, we don't know you're a troll. You first come in here, okay? And you're like, act dumb. Oh, how did I get in here? I don't know how this came up in my recommended. But yet you know what was said on a panel that you're supposedly new to this place, right? Okay. You're obviously trolling and just being an idiot. You said you had I said I had a headache because of this chat, so you muted me. First of all, lettuce person, I didn't mute shit. I have not blocked, timed out, or did anything because that's why I have mods. And my mods are my close friends, and I leave it to their discretion. If you're telling me that my chat is causing a headache, we don't want that for you, lettuce. So we're just trying to help you out, okay? Obviously, you have no self-control and you can't, just leave the chat. You have to offend the people in my chat who are participating in the conversation. So, you're offending people by saying that they're giving you a headache. That's why you got timed out. It's not your actual headache that's offensive because we all have headaches, right? We understand. But you're saying that the chat gave you the headache. So since you don't have your own will to leave, they were just trying to help you out. Okay? You can look at it like that. Yeah, I'm just being an idiot. I'm not trolling. Is right. I hate racism. Not Laura. I guess when you guys like someone, you accept and brush off racism. Sad. Nothing to lose. I'm not going to say this again. I'm directing you back to the beginning of this live. Listen to the whole entire live. We already discussed this. I already said several times that I didn't agree with what she said. And I'll say it again. John addressed it when he was up on my panel. So it's not about liking somebody or not liking somebody. We already went over it. I mean, you just refused to rewind and read and listen, So I don't know what to say. Everything is absolutely cool. You missed some comments, but yes, everything is cool. Nothing bad happened. Okay, good. I'm just glad. See, look, I should be the new fucking host of Resolution Night. So, Jesus Christ. You people really need to fucking learn what racist is, too. Just saying. Racist is what Tracy said. So, what's whoever this is, nothing to lose. I better see you over in Tracy's fucking comment section and under the Wendy V video, giving Tracy the same amount of shit you're giving in here. Be fair, at least. Maybe you ordered too much and your head is heavy, causing the headache. Try a light mist next time. Lettuce. Oh, Jesus. Good God. Wanderlust, I don't know who's winning. I believe right now Biden is, but, it's really, I've noticed that the polls are differ from news organization to news organization. So I can't even really say for sure. But we could ask Alexa. Alexa, who is winning the election?
According to the Associated Press, In the U.S. presidential election,
Still
Democrat
Biden.
Joe Biden is leading with 264 electoral votes and 50.4% of the popular vote.
Okay,
while
Alexa,
Republican
stop.
Donald Trump has 214
Alexa,
electoral
stop.
votes and
All right, so you want to see what this is pretty cool. I went to Home Depot yesterday and I bought these light bulbs that go in my hi-hats. I have hi-hats on my porch. And so I could actually tell Alexa, make the porch lights blue. Why is Alexa upstairs answering me? So now if I go outside, I'll show you guys. Oh, Alexa didn't turn. Alexa, turn on the porch lights.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, hold on a second. I think the switch might be off. I gotta tell my husband not to switch it off. Stop, Snoop. All right. So here we go. They're on. Hold on. Where's my camera? Could you guys see them? That one doesn't work. We have to fix this one. So you see the other two? Alexa, make the porch lights blue. Oh, hey, how come it only did one? Oh no. Hold on. It did this one for some reason. I don't know why it didn't do both of them. Alexa, you're making me look bad. That one's blue. That one is still white. Alexa's embarrassing me. My Alexa's embarrassing me. Alexa, make the porch lights red. There you go. Now it did both of them. So look, red. Ah, a bee is near my head. Oh, fuck my life. I hate bees. So this one needs to be fixed. I don't know what's going on here. My husband's going to fix it this weekend. It's pretty cool because the best part about this, I don't trust Alexa. She'd be listening to my conversation. Well, I put on, mine has a camera and it has this feature called like drop-in where people could just like literally fucking call you and like video chat you. Like, no, thank you. But anyway, so it's pretty cool because like say if I'm on my way home and I'm in my car actually has Alexa in it. I don't know. It just like showed up one day. All of a sudden I got in my car and I look at the screen and there's Alexa. I'm like, what the hell? How'd Alexa get on my car? Fucking things like stalking me or some shit. And so I think it's cool because I did one in the hi-hats and then I did the front door. And sometimes, when you forget to turn your porch lights on and you're out, you're like, shit, you have to walk up to the house all dark. So now I could just say, Alexa, turn on the porch lights and they'll come on. So pretty cool.
Okay.
She's like, okay. Oh my God. This person's still fucking going on about this shit. Nothing to lose. You kind of getting something to lose here. We're getting a little sick of this shit, dude. A little sick of it. Like, can we just stop? We moved on. Whoops. All right. I'm just sick of hearing about this. I don't know how many times I need to tell this person to go fucking watch the live. It's like, enough. I find myself getting irked if Alexa doesn't get what I'm saying the first time. Yeah, me too, CK. Me too. Alexa could be a dick sometimes. Best is trying to watch Alexa try to understand my son. It's fucking hilarious. We play in my car now. Alexa does 20 questions. So you could, you just say, Alexa, do you want to play 20 questions? And then it's, it starts asking you and it tries to guess. You think of like an object or whatever, a thing, a place, whatever. And it tries to guess it by asking you a bunch of yes or no or maybe questions. And now every time we get in the car, my son's like, can we play 20 questions? I'm like, yes, we can. Many on YouTube are going to be jealous of Alexa. Oh, shit. Hey, listen, the light bulbs were $10 a piece. Anybody could go get them. As long as you have it, you can go get them. You don't have to You don't have to connect them to Alexa. I mean, that's an option. There's an app on the phone too that you could change the colors and assign them to rooms and whatever else. I thought I blocked this person. How are they back in here? What the fuck? No, nothing to lose. It's not that I don't care. It's that we had this conversation and you're just now trolling the chat at this point in time and trying to start shit. And we already discussed this and it's like, can we move the fuck on? I already said how I feel about it. I'm not gonna, you're not the only person in my chat. So sorry. Don't feel like fucking hearing it anymore. Why does it keep saying they were timed out? I tried blocking them. There we go. I just like, enough already. My goodness. Your Alexa broke? Shit. Anyway, all right. I think I'm going to end this live. I've been live long enough. We'll see who wins. Go check out Shauna's channel and listen to that live on Serendipities, the 34-minute mark. That's what I'm about to do. And then we'll see who it happens. We'll see what happens with this whole we're praising Alexa. We'll see what happens with this whole election and everything else. It should be interesting. So thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody else that came and hung out. I will see you guys sometime in the near future. Hope you guys all have a great day. Enjoy. It's actually beautiful out here in New York. So go outside and get some fresh air, as I always tell you guys. All right. I'll see you next time. Peace out, Cub Scouts.